Legacy isn't built in years, it's built in moments, in choices made with passion, in careers shaped by curiosity, in swings taken just because they feel right. This is a special 5-part journey where we invited India's leading architects to step away from their studios and join us on the show.
I think it's too much to take for an architect who is in a late 40s. I think it's a start of a journey, if I can say. But legacy is it's a too long a way to go for anybody to comprehend. So who is going to take the legacy of what we are doing? So for me, for any architect, anything is a start is for sustaining yourself. So right from the projects to the person, as an architect, we try to sustain ourselves in terms of getting a project, taking it to the larger sense, and then getting into numbers in the office. So what as a process, it becomes like an institution. So each firm is like an institution. I believe in that. So it's not that you come out of the college, you're done with it. So there's a lot of learning from as right from the principal architects to architect to senior architect to the trainees. So it's a continuous discussion of. So it's, as rightly Shankar said, it's all about, not about 1:1. It's all about numbers. So we will be discussing with clients. We try to learn from clients sometimes, or probably from any vendors or labors. So during a process, it's a baggage what we take.
See, legacy, there are two things which come legacy. One is the legacy what our forefathers have given us and sent us over the years. The other thing is the legacy that you leave back when you design, whether it's a particular kind of design that you're doing or with respect to the kind of work that you're doing. So at the end of the day, the legacy that you'd like to leave behind is you've always been environmental friendly, number one. Number two, you put out the client's needs, what is on paper, on the site. And at the end of the day, that's the legacy you'd want to leave behind. Yeah.
Legacy is like, legacy. My son didn't come into this profession, but the creative position is something big and very nice, and to continue as a legacy, and nothing much.
See, legacy as such might not mean anything to me as a person, but yes, being an architect, what its legacy is about, what imprint as a space you give it to the society, because a space is going to be dwelled with multiple people. So if a legacy of a work imprints onto this space, and that space makes a difference to the multiple lives, so you should see that, okay, you have done your part being an architect. I think that's on a precise note. I know that that's a very, very strong thing. Yes, that's something which I think every architect will look forward to give back to that as a space, what that space does to on a larger this thing. So that's what we also as an architect will be looking through. So we'll be doing it in the journey. So how the journey takes, that's what we will be seeing. But we be sensible enough and make sure that the times comes when we can make that imprint on a larger aspect.
I think I would not say golf disconnects things. I said always I was recently started this, but I heard a lot of people saying it's once you start. I had a different opinion of a golf. It's like quite boring. You have to walk around. But when I started playing and when the people told me about the golf, it's like you're really enjoying it. It's the best game where you can be alone, and it's a competition is within yourself, to reduce the number of putts or whatever it is. So the challenge is same in terms of being as a golfer or an architect, you have challenges to take further, and it's a process again.
Yeah, golf totally helps me to disconnect with everything, because once you're on the course, you're in the greenery, you're with your friends, you're talking, joking, but at the same time you're serious because you don't want to lose to them. Especially my brother when I play with him. So it's great fun. And the good thing is the game is such that it'll, in 2 shots, will take you right up to the skies, and the next shot will take you 10 feet under also. It's just, that's the game, and that's why we love it. Yeah.
Sometimes reflect also, but sometimes connect when I'm doing a good project. Some clients are, we go up and down, so it reflects then. But yeah, it connects most of the time. Then what we can get the best design.
I think golf to me as a person is a game where it gives me a time to introspect and look through. It's like a nice laced out journey with a part of game attached to it. But yeah, at times it takes much more nerves than what an architecture will want to give out.
Yeah, I think it's the process which takes me a long way to go in architecture and design. In architecture and probably golf. It's a process which, or a practice, rather, what you say is the continuous practice, and that makes it more. I mean, it's an experience altogether. I could say both are an experience to take it.
See, in design, every project is a new challenge, because every client's needs are different, every site is different. So everything is a new challenge. So whatever work comes in, it's a new challenge, and that's what keeps us going. Golf is the same, because every shot is a challenge. You may be a good golfer, but at the end of the day, you still have to hit the ball where it has to go. So that's it.
What keep me going is the energy of the client, because always there are different clients with different dreams, and that some good clients have a lot of dreams and they want something. So my energy is about creating that for them. So it's really fun and really nice to give them something. So it's really nice to give them something. So I always feel that it is nice to, the client's energy is my energy.
To add on with what Sachin is told, so I think me, like both it's like a process of enjoying and having an enjoyment. Design is a process where you enjoy, and a sport is always there to be enjoyed. So I think both are in the same line. So take it in the same way.
Not to be impulsive.
So that is a lot of speed and a lot of concentration. I should be right there. I can't even 1 minute think about something else. So sometimes I use the same thing in my design when I'm especially designing a concept of this one. So that helps me to get back to design and hit it full hard.
Actually, being futuristic, a pod where I'm sitting in, press a button, golf course opens out, I can play golf. Press another button, I can swim. Simple. That's the kind of space I would like. Small space.
So architecture dwells on 3 basic principles of life, right? It dwells on the social aspect of it, the emotional aspect of it, and the physical aspect of it. And therefore, I think in a larger picture, architecture influences the quality of life, quality of well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being of people, and in a larger sense, society as a whole. So I think architects have a big role to play. In fact, I would think that we are burdened with the responsibility of creating socially responsible spaces with care and affinity to nature and and creating sustainable spaces that sort of encourages well-being for any use types. It can be commercial, it can be social, it can be residential, it can be recreational, whatever. But I think the spaces that we create, the bottom line is influences well-being of people and society as a whole.
No, I think architecture as a profession, it's been very, very well accepted in the last couple of decades, according to me, because the point is, as architects, we really strive on creating good, beautiful spaces for clients and, all relevant people. So, and especially when you design something with your heart and soul, the whole point is it kind of inculcates into the space what you create in terms of either it could be homes for beautiful clients, it could be community spaces, it could be cities as a master plan. So I think it really shapes up the way we are brought into this world, and then going forward the future also depends on how good architecture develops within us.
So architecture, the good thing about architecture is that it's not limited to a particular circle of influence, right? We are all encompassing. We have to, because we are largely from a well-being sort of a space, therefore we touch points in recreation, in sport, in education, in medical facilities, and all of it. So therefore, I think to sort of get in and create, like for example, if you're taking sporting as a topic, and I think creating spaces around sporting events or a type of sport that can be inclusive for an individual or a family or a community as a whole, I think solely rests on what the architecture can, sort of answer, I would say.
And I think probably as a person, I'm extremely passionate. I mean, so, you kind of given you 100% in whatever you do, and that kind of reflects both personally and professionally. So probably, like what Arun said, I agree with most of the points. But again, to add to his vision of how architecture influences us, as a person, that how you come up, from your childhood, right? I mean, what you've seen around you, how's your upbringing at home, what are your friends circle, how you, with whom you hang out. So that's something which is really influential in the way how you shape yourself, so that when you shape yourself in probably a better person, that's how you're able to give the best to others. And that's what I strongly believe that is.
I think the core thought about this event is where precision meets passion. So innovation and precision are in DNA of Hansgrohe, and the passion with which these designers shape up the spaces, or the passion with which they bring alive the spaces, and the passion with which they create ideas and convert them into reality. I think that's a perfect marriage between Hansgrohe as a brand, which also believes in the same, and the designers with the passion they work for their clients or for any cause that they are building for.
See, we thought of doing this golf event with the architects is because architects are also kind of a designers who create spaces, designs to luxury people to set a class apart, and most of the clients would like to have an individual house so that nobody does not have. Even golf is also, I think, it's a similar kind of a passionate game, so that each and every stroke or style, the way he plays, is also with such a deep precision or style or perfection or something like that, and is also a luxury game, so that no other sector or any others have done this kind of an event. So we thought, so why don't we get this together, so that even Hansgrohe is a very luxury faucets brand compared to any other brands in the global scenario today. So the same way, the golf is also a luxury game compared to any other games in the globe. So I think the luxury meets luxury. This is kind of a wedding, what we thought.
I think designers are the backbone for us as a brand as well. They are the prescribers of the brand. Hansgrohe has got two brands, Hansgrohe and Axort. So I think the designers are the ones who bring these brands alive in their client spaces. So they are the custodians of the brand, and they are doing fantastic jobs in terms of giving that luxury to the end users. They are not exposed to these brands, but then they are the ones who guide them in using that brands. So I think they are doing a phenomenal job, and in the future as well, we'll be doing quite a many events which are like-minded and which further strongs the marriage bond with Hansgrohe and designer.
Yeah, see, this is one of a kind of a event. What we thought, I think, when we're sitting with a few designers, I think Mr. Chetan, who's curated this entire event, it's an out-of-a-box kind of a event where nobody else has thought this kind of golf event with the architects. It's a kind of an event. I think we'll also take it forward to most of the other states, so that this can create more awareness, and it can go to great heights in the future as well.
Beyond buildings, beyond the business, beyond the game, there lies you.